Hi, Mrs. Sparks.
Hey there. How are you?
Good.
Good. What you been up to?
Nothing much. Just hanging around.
Yeah.
Me and me.
What else?
I coded a game yesterday. That was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I made it for history. It's bonus points.
Oh, yay. Who do you have for history, Miss Boyd?
Yeah, Mrs. Boyd.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So is it so it's a like obviously it's a computer game?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
a based Oregon Trail style game, but instead of the Oregon Trail, it's Africa.
Oh, okay.
Specifically South Sudan, but Africa.
Okay. Are you doing world history?
Yeah, world history.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're doing
Cool.
Africa right now, and so I got bonus points for
Oh,
making
that's
Africa.
good. Oh, that's good. Bonus points are always good.
Mm-hmm.
Um I felt bad for the schools yesterday. It's like the day that they didn't cancel school, we got 15 inches of snow, and the day that we did cancel school, we got nothing.
Yeah, it's like 15 inches of snow. We won't just cancel school. Oh no, it might snow. Cancel school, and it did like a light shower through the whole entire day.
I know. I always feel bad for them because I feel like that happens to them every time. When they take the precautionary step, it
Yeah,
never it never follows through, and yet when they don't take the precautionary step, that's sure enough, kind of one of those things where they can't win for losing.
yeah. Well, what happens first is it snows, and they're not expecting it, and then they're like second time they're like super overprotective and like, oh, there's a 2% chance of snow today. We must cancel.
Yeah. And the worst thing about it is when it's ice, it's worse than snow because at least
Oh,
with snow, you can there's some rules to drive in snow. In ice, there's pretty much Sally bar the door because it's just scary. Black ice is just terrifying,
oh,
particularly because we have, some of our juniors and seniors, are driving themselves and they're, relatively
yeah,
inexperienced. Not that a great deal of experience helps you on ice, but obviously you're not, you know,
yeah.
maybe as frightened if something does happen. I don't know. It would scare me, and I've been driving a gazillion years. So spinning around is never fun, no matter what your age.
Oh, yeah. No. Luckily, I've never been in a car crash, so
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. I've been in a couple fender benders and one major one when I was in my 20s, but you
well,
know.
I guess they actually have. One time, my mom ran into a ladder.
Oh, well, those ladders, they'll get you.
Those ladders, man, well, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't remember what we were doing, but we were driving down the road, and she had her like highs on, and we could see the ladder, and so yeah,
Bam. Oh, yeah. That could be scary, though. Was it on the back of somebody's truck?
no, it just fell off.
Oh,
It was
Lord.
just it was probably there for hours.
Oh, Lord. That's terrible.
So
Wow.
yeah,
That's crazy. Crazy. Ugh. Scary.
very.
Yes. So did you get all caught up on schoolwork yesterday? Like I think I had Campbell Smith. She's in your class, right?
Yeah, Campbell's in our
I think
class.
yeah, she did yesterday and today's work.
I,
Yesterday.
I didn't.
I
I was a hermit yesterday, and so I enjoyed being a hermit for a day.
It is wonderful, isn't it? I
It
wasn't
is just
I wasn't a complete hermit, but I was somewhat, I had caught up a lot of my stuff. I just had to make those changes yesterday morning. So I'm rarely a baker, but I actually baked banana bread for my family yesterday. So that was kind of hermitish of me.
yeah, but
So
yeah, there's nothing better than like when it's like rainy outside, just curling up in a bed with a book. Oh,
Oh, yes. Yes. I have like 6 pages of a book left. I think it's 6. It might be like 8. And it's one of those books. It was given to me by a friend, and I love when a friend gives you a book and says this is my favorite book because it tells you a lot about the person. And it's one of those things. I told her, it's Miss Wynn at school, Miss the geometry teacher. I told her, I said I could finish these, but I said it's going to be one of those books that I'm going to be sad when it's over. So I'm struggling with getting through the last 8 pages because I don't want it to be over.
yeah, I'm waiting for a friend to give me a book right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she can't finish the book for her life.
Oh.
She can't even read the book for her life.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I probably before I started teaching, I was a voracious reader. Like I was usually reading 2 books at a time, usually 2 a week. But since I've started teaching and other things kind of because I would read when I was homeschooling my kids. Um, so I but now not I'm not reading as much as I used to, but I certainly love it. And you're right. A rainy day with a cup of coffee or hot tea and a book, nothing better.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. What is the last book you read?
The last book I read is I just finished Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and the book before that was Off to Be the Wizard.
Oh, okay. What's Off to Be the Wizard about?
Off to Be the Wizard is about, it's a kind of, so it's about the world's like a computer simulation, and
Uh-huh.
the dude finds the file that controls everything,
Uh-huh.
and he edited someone. He got in trouble with the government and went back in time to become a wizard in the 16th century.
Oh, wow.
England.
Cool.
It's
So kind of time travel
yeah,
in there.
time travel sci-fi. It's really cool. It's like a whole series. And I'm
Oh,
working
yeah?
on right now.
Ah.
Then I have to work on my school book now.
Ah.
It's not very long.
Ah.
So,
What's that one?
a long walk to the water.
Okay, I don't think I've ever read that one. A lot of the books that y'all read, I've read before, but because of homeschooling. But
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever read that one.
This is about like South Sudan and kids in South Sudan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that one could be sad.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter um I don't think it was Sudan, but my daughter did she actually did a charity concert when she was in 8th grade to raise money for invisible children. And now I can't remember what country in Africa. I can't think of it. But all of that just makes me really sad. And my niece goes there. She's been, I think, on 2 separate mission trips to Kenya.
Yeah, but after so I've done some research, and I mean, yeah, there's some countries that are pretty messed up, but a lot of it uh, is just illusion. A lot of it is they find the worst of the worst and perceive it to be the most common situation to happen in that country.
Oh, yeah?
And it's like like when I say Uganda, you think barefoot children starving to death.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that is where the invisible children come from. Yes.
And then you like actually go and look at Uganda, and there's, I mean, it's not, it's, it's not good, but I mean, it's not what you think of.
Right. I do feel like global awareness has definitely made an impact on those countries to improve, um, the situations overall. Because my daughter, who I was talking about, did the concert when she was in 8th grade. That was a decade ago, you know. So,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
I feel like, the internet, it has its good places and its bad places. Obviously, we're using it today for a real positive, purpose. Um, but I think that awareness has really,
yeah,
you know,
skyrocketed.
yeah, really made a great impact, upon those things. And just, I don't know, just being able to travel and being able to have better global outreach.
Yeah. It's really changed the way we look at countries and think.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely improving.
This is what the U.S. is like, though.
Yeah. And then another thing is I was researching, and a lot of the issues that they have over in Uganda are not like clothing related. They're malaria. Malaria is
No.
like this issue that Africa is like currently facing.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely. Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
malaria is the biggest issue that Africa is facing. And it's like, oh, look at these poor kids without shoes. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I don't really think that they worry about having shoes, but I do. Yeah.
yeah.
Because of the fact that, it's carried by mosquitoes. It's just,
And mosquitoes are everywhere in hot climates. I mean,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
That's my nephew, who is a freshman at University of Alabama at Birmingham. He's in the public health program. He wants to be an epidemiologist. And that's, I mean, like, he's looking at the Zika virus and stuff like that. And he actually will eventually study. I can't remember where he said he wanted to study up east, but he's been to John Hopkins on some kind of program when he was in high school, and he's been to the CDC and that kind of thing. But that's what he wants to do, is he wants to work in that field, eliminating some type of, huge epidemic type of, like, malaria, the Zika virus, things like that.
Yeah, we're getting close with that kind of stuff, really. I mean,
Yes.
if you look at Bill Gates' progress that he's made in Africa,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Money.
it's yes, it is throwing money in a way, but I mean, it helps.
Yes. Yes. He has done a lot with his money to help
Yeah.
the impoverished and that kind of thing. He indeed has.
Be careful with the premiums, Brittany.
Hmm?
Nothing.
I can get it off the article without doing
Doesn't seem like anybody's going to show up today, really.
I know. Do you have any questions?
No, I watched the video this morning, and I think it did really well. I like this person.
Yeah, I watched 3 different videos.
And I like
Yesterday.
her.
I felt like she was very concise,
Yeah, very concise.
and I narrowed it down to 2, because the other gentleman was pretty concise too. The one person that I normally use, his video was like 17 minutes long.
Yeah,
And
and it was so cool, but it got the point across perfectly.
yeah, and I liked how concise it was. I also, the very first one, the first example that she went over, where it was two equations that were y equals,
Yeah.
and then she set them equal to each other, because it was a
Mm-hmm.
female, right?
Yeah, it was a female, yeah.
Um, um, that isn't, I don't think we have one exactly like that on our homework or our classwork that we're going to do tomorrow, perhaps. I'm kind of praying right now through which one I want to use, which classwork I want to use. But I do know that you'll use that in geometry. And I do know that it's also another way to do substitution where you set the two, like you can turn any linear equation into a y equals mx plus b format. So you could obviously always set them equivalent to one another and solve for x. So that's always a possibility, even though there wasn't an example like that necessarily in the book. But I felt like indeed it was a very valuable tool to put in y'all's notes.
Yeah.
So, did you have any trouble with the worksheet?
No, I mean, it was fairly easy.
I thought it was, but a few people struggled with remembering how to graph after the break. So that's why I thought, well, I better incorporate some additional review on graphing.
I've been ingrained with graphing, to say the least.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I had one student, I had more students than that struggle with remembering exactly what to do. But it was good. It was good review because I felt like after we went through it in class that day, and then I gave that review, it seems like everybody's doing okay. And obviously nobody showed up today. And that's weird because Evan always shows up.
Evan always does show up, and he didn't show up.
Look, there's Owen.
Owen!
Hey,
Hi, Owen.
Owen. Oh, he left. In and out. We scared him.
We scared him.
Oh, that makes me sad. We both jumped on it. It was like, oh, hey, there's somebody else.
Someone, a friend.
A friend came to join us, and then he went away as quickly. I don't even think he was there a second.
Nah, I mean, he was just like, they're talking to me. Run.
I know. Either that or maybe, sometimes the internet can be squirrely. So maybe his internet.
He'll probably be back in a second.
Yeah. But, yeah, so you're good with substitution and you're good with the graphing part?
Yeah, I feel like I actually really enjoy substitution.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I know I'm weird.
No. I appreciate that you say that. This is one of my favorite units. This is one of my favorite units that I've to teach and to tutor. So I like systems of equations. Because the next thing that we're going to learn is elimination, which that will trigger some. But it's good. It's good practice. Very good practice.
Yeah.
So the one thing, it's kind of fun. The one thing that I have planned, which I'll either do, I don't know, Wednesday or maybe Friday or even then next Wednesday as a review. But I got to make sure they're not going to be too upset with me in the office because every student will get it's 25 pages of problems. But each problem is one page, but it's the same system of equation, and you'll solve it by graphing, you'll solve it by substitution, and you'll solve it by elimination. And then it's got a little picture on it, so you can kind of color it or make it your own. But each one kind of it gives you practice to kind of see the connection between all three. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah. I don't know whether when I'll hand that out, if I'll hand it out after I've already taught elimination or if I'll hand it out tomorrow and let y'all at least do the graphing and the substitution. And have us print
it at home.
Oh, that's a good idea. And then just
yeah, that's what our English teachers make us do with all our packets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll do that for Thursday, and then Friday we'll start working on those. Because I think it's a good idea to be on that same piece of paper. Here, let me see. Let me see if I saved it. I could at least show you a picture of it. It's really cute, actually, I think. But I'm kind of a nerd.
Of course, yeah. We're all nerds.
Yeah.
Way.
Those of us who like math, kind of nerdy. Fun nerdy stuff.
Nerdy stuff. But then again, we both agree that quantum mechanics is like the most interesting subject on Earth. So
yes, it is. It is most interesting.
That prayer thing that you showed me, I am still fascinated by that thing.
Isn't that cool?
That is absolutely fascinating.
I know. I love it. Okay, so you can see it?
Yeah. I like that.
All right. See, this page right here, it would give you the system of equations, and then you would solve it. You would solve it by graphing it here. Then you use this box.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And then you would use this box for elimination when we do it, and each one is like that. And that
That's
way,
awesome.
yeah, I mean, I kind of thought so. I thought it was appropriate for our icy days.
Very.
Um,
Yeah, have us print it at home and we'll do it over. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I just felt like it would be a good review for this chapter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I like it.
Yeah, where you're putting everything together and seeing how it looks on the graph, how it looks when you do substitution, and how it looks when you do elimination, which we'll learn. That's the topic for Thursday's at home day. So, yeah, I thought that would be
pretty cool.
Yeah. Kind of fun.
We scared Owen. He's not coming back.
He's not coming back. We really did scare him.
We scared him.
Poor thing. Maybe if I would have had math up, he would have felt more comfortable.
I'm just here to do math.
Yes. I wonder if I'm trying to think if I had another worksheet. Huh. I guess not.
Oh, you use ABP.
What?
You use Ad Blocker Plus.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yes.
I love that.
Yeah, actually they make us.
Oh.
Yeah. I think there's certain things that Landon automatically puts on our bars for us.
Yeah, Chromium M and
Yeah.
Kami and stuff.
This is my favorite thing though, the scissors.
What is it? What do they do?
I'll show you. I don't know how well it'll show up on here, but can you see that at all?
Yeah.
What happened?
I can't. Well, what did happen? It kind of what? I know.
It's supposed to. Okay, it didn't do it real well on this screen. It only picks one of the two. It splits them so that, like, when I say, for instance, when I'm working on something, if I need like the problem up on one half of my screen, and then say I'm working in Desmos or something on the other half.
Oh, yeah, Windows has that feature automatically built in, so you can slide it to one half. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, well, on the Google Chrome bar, it's scissors and glue.
That's really cool.
I'll be able to show you better on my Chromebook tomorrow in class if you want to see it, if you want those as an extension. It's
Yeah.
also really, really good. Like, say for instance, if you're working on a paper, um, and you're trying to maybe reference something, like you're trying to get down maybe, the copyright date or something like that, some dates,
That's
and
awesome.
you're trying to put it in there. It's good.
Oh, Natty Grace.
Natty Grace showed up. Hey, Natty Grace. Oh,
She says hi.
hey. Yeah, I'm actually on the page. Do you have questions or are you just coming to hang out? I like your ice skating picture, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm just here. I'm just here, and thank you. She's just here to hang.
All right. Yeah, well, I don't think we've done any math except I showed him a worksheet
Yeah, we just chapter 8.
that I'm gonna hand out for the review for this chapter. It has sleds on it.
Ready to go across.
Mhm.
Okay. I read all of that. Now I'm on chapter 8. Okay.
What happened? Anybody?
Huh?
Oh,
Nothing happened. She just said oh to our comment about the worksheet.
okay.
Did I
Just
still
sounded
have
like
that?
yeah.
I
It
don't-
just sounded like it cut out for a sec.
Oh.
And then if you can you can really kind of sort out the problems you want and reduce it to probably only like 20 pages.
Well, I'm thinking if I did front and back, because
Oh,
it's
man.
25 problems. Oh, oops.
Oh,
Wrote all over it. There you go, Kel. It's 25 problems, but if I did them front and back, it would only be like, I don't know, it'd be 13 pages.
yeah.
And I could do them front and back, but if everybody wanted to color with marker, it would bleed through. And I don't really know.
Oh, she wants to go over problems 11 through 13 from yesterday's work.
Okay. Hang on. What that was book work, or was that the worksheet?
Yes, bookwork.
Book work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me pull it up. Okay. So, and she said 11,
Through 13.
11 through 13.
So,
okay.
Error analysis and the first two of graph and check.
Okay. The error analysis. So this is where that whole split screen would come in, but I don't know which one pops up. Oh.
La Bamba for lunch.
Okay, for the error analysis. What you're going to want to do on that, I need to write the problem down so I can see it. X minus 3y equals 6. And 2x minus 3y equal 3.
What's a chorizo? Do you know what a chorizo is?
It's sausage.
You're able to hear this?
Yes.
Sorry, I am ordering lunch.
That's okay. It's really good sausage.
Okay, then I'm gonna get.
It's Mexican style sausage. It can be a little spicy if you're not into spice.
Oh, I'm into spice. That sounds actually really good. A chori burger.
Okay. So the first thing that you're going to do on this, for me, how I would do it, Natty Grace, is I would change these into y equals mx plus b format. That's what I would do to graph it. I don't know how they did it. But we can take a look at it after we do that. But on that very first one, to change it into y equals mx plus b format, you would have negative 3y equals, I would have subtracted x from both sides, negative x plus 6, and then I would have divided everything by a negative 3. And that would give me y equals a positive 1/3 x. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. So my y-intercept on that one's going to be negative 2, and my slope is going to be a positive 1/3 x.
Vegetable burrito, no cheese.
And then on this one, negative 2x, that's going to leave me with negative 3y. I'm going to get bunched up here. Equals negative 2x plus 3. Once again, divide everything by negative 3. So that's going to leave me y equals 2/3 x. And then 3 divided by negative 3 is minus 1. So if I graph these, so I have one of them is y equals 2/3 x minus 1, and one is a positive 1/3 x minus 2. Did you follow all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
How about you, Natty Grace? You good on that part? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. She can confirm.
Okay. So then you would want to graph it. So let's take a look at their graphs on that. They have one going through. It looks like it doesn't look like they've graphed it correctly at all. Negative 3. So it doesn't look like they've graphed them correctly. And if you don't graph them correctly, you're not going to get the right one. So let me pull up another.
Sorry about my Wi-Fi cut out.
Oh, that's okay. I'm trying to get a piece of paper out so that I can pull up graphs and graph. I got to write down those problems, and that way I can graph it. One-third x minus 2, and y equals 2/3 x minus 1. And now let's see if I can pull up a blank. All right, so now what I'm going to do is graph the two lines and see where they intersect. So like I said, I have our results were, goodness, y equals 1/3 x minus 2 and y equals 2/3 x minus 1. So on the top one, I'm going to do minus 2. And then I will go up 1 over 3. And then down 1 over 3. And Natty Grace, I know that stresses you out, but there's no way to use a straight line on this.
There's no way to do a straight line on Kami?
I don't think so.
Hold on.
And then if you find that, let me know. Okay, and then the other one, minus 1 is my y-intercept, and I'm going to go up 2 over 1, 2, 3. Up 2 over 3. Down 2 over, oh, look.
Okay, you can make perfectly straight lines by holding shift before you draw your line.
Okay, here we go. I'm trying it.
So you just need to place like a shift.
Look at that.
You used to like duct tape your shift down.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually.
That's a really straight line. I love it. Natty Grace approves.
Yes, except I didn't get it on my dots, but it is a straighter line. Thank you so much, Alice.
No problem.
Way to go. All right, so to me, it looks like this right here is the point. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So negative 3, right? And 1,
yeah, negative
3. Negative 3. All right, so let's plug those back into the original equations and see if we're right. Let me pull up another blank. So if our point is negative 3, negative 3, and the original equation y equals, or x minus, what was it, 3y?
3y, yes, ma'am.
Equals 6. So negative 3 minus 3 times negative 3 equals 6. So negative 3 and negative 3 times a negative 3 is a positive 9 equals 6. So
That's right.
Equals 6 is correct. All right, what's the other one? Oops. The other one is 2x minus 3y equals 3. So 2 times -3 minus 3 times -3 equals 3. So -6 plus 9 equals 3, and 3 equals 3. So that is, in fact, correct. So what did they do wrong if you take a look at it? They didn't graph it. They didn't graph it correctly. I don't know where they went wrong, but they didn't graph it correctly. I don't know if they just did it with X and Y intercepts, but they didn't graph.
That seems like what they did.
You know, maybe they used the X and Y intercepts and then just assumed that was it.
Incorrectly put it into slope intercept form.
Yes, perhaps. But that's that error one. So they graphed it incorrectly. And obviously, if you're going to graph it incorrectly, you're not going to get the right answer. And if they would have plugged it in, they would have realized they didn't check their solution. So that wouldn't have been correct either. So then number 12, I'll get a chance to use that shift thing again.
The perfect line.
Yes, and I hold the shift key down, right?
Yep, just hold the shift key down.
Yay!
I think you can actually press it, and then as you start drawing your line, you can release and continue, but just hold it.
All right.
I guess.
All right, so number 12 is y equals -x plus 3. And y equals x plus 1. So on the first line that I'm going to draw, my y-intercept is 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then my slope is negative. So I would go down 1, right 1, because that's one positive direction, one negative direction. Or I would go up 1, left 1, because that's one positive direction, one negative. Here we go.
Oh.
It is so very helpful. Let me just say, I wish I had that on the board at school. Okay, now the other intercept is 1. So it goes right here. I guess, you know what?
Natty Grace just left.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's back.
Oh, okay. All right. So the intercept is 1. And then the slope is positive 1. So I would go up 1, right 1. And that's where they're going to intersect right there. Or down 1, left 1. And then Alex helped me with my line. My straight line. They look beautiful. They look beautiful. So now I would go, so my x coordinate for this solution, because this is the solution right here, that point, that ordered pair. So it is on the 1 for x, and it is up 2 for y. So that is the ordered pair that is the solution to this line. And if I substitute that in, I would get 2 equals -1 plus 3, and 2 equals 2, which is correct. And on the second one, I would get 2 equals 1 plus 1, 2 equals 2, which is correct. So I graphed it correctly, and I was able to substitute in the ordered pair that was the solution to this system of equations, and they did check, so it's correct.
Yay.
Cool.
Okay. All right, and then 13?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, how about my lines, Natty Grace?
I love them.
I know. Don't you wish I had those for the board?
Yes.
Cool.
If you look at my work, it's all perfect straight lines.
No, there you go. You have your own shift key.
Yep.
Okay. Y equals negative x plus 4.
I have an idea.
And y equals 2x minus 8. I know this makes me a geek, but I feel like these lines are going to be parallel. But maybe I'm wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't mean that I'm right. That's just me guessing.
I don't think they're going to be parallel. I think they're going to be non-parallel. Actually, I think they're going to be parallel. Final answer, parallel.
Okay. Well, I'm not
They don't
absolutely sure.
intersect.
Do you have that they intersect or they don't?
I have that they do intersect.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's go. We got it. Could be. I could be totally wrong. I'm just looking at the numbers, and the numbers look like they're close to me.
Let's find out.
I see factors. Okay. So we have a Lord Jesus, maybe not. Because the slopes aren't the same, so they couldn't. So there you go. 4 is the y-intercept here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then and we've got a negative slope. So up 1, left 1, right? And down 1, right 1. And then shift.
The perfect line.
Is, I probably should do it for my little arrow tips. Okay, and the negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down here.
Oh, no.
Yep. And then my slope is positive 2. So I go, which would be the same as 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. You're right, Natty Grace. They don't. 1.
Mm-hmm.
Up.
It's time.
Ah.
It is time for the
Straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at it. It's so beautiful.
It is.
I know.
All right. So what I'm assuming, even though my lines are not as good as I thought, that it should be this point, because I can't imagine that at this early in the game that they would give you one that wasn't perfect, but maybe they did. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I feel like my answer is going to be 4, 0. Is that what you got, Natty Grace?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why, because I saw all those 4s and 2s and 8s, and I figured they were going to be perfect, but they weren't. I don't know why I didn't notice the slope off the bat. Negative 4 plus 4. And this was supposed to be a 0. 0 equals 0. Yay! So that one fits. And then y equals 2 times 4 minus 8. 0 equals 0. So that's it.
Cool.
Yay.
Yes. Any more?
I'm good.
Okay.
No, just leave the straight lines.
Leave the straight lines
They're
to
so
prove
pretty.
that it can be done. It is the shift key. Thank you, Alec. You rescued the
problem.
day. You
Woo.
rescued the day.
Right now at my desk, I'm working on a real life shift key, so
Are you?
yeah.
All right. Oops, my bad.
Saved my sanity.
Yes. Yes. Hey, well, let me see. I want to look at this. The assignment for yesterday was 8 through 23. All. Okay. Were y'all glad that I had you stop? So that
Yes.
you didn't have to do the ones with the fractions?
Yes. Like, oh, thank you.
Yes.
No more.
Yes. Maybe we'll do one in class tomorrow, though.
Aw.
Y'all entertain me. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I gotta go.
okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming. I had
And
fun
thank you for the
playing.
straight line.
Oh yeah, I had fun playing. I love this stuff. I know it makes me a geek. So much better about my lines.
Oh, don't worry about it.
That's going to be very helpful because we're going to do. I mean, obviously this chapter is all about graphing.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on something right now that might help you in real life.
what?
I'm making you a real life shift key. I have one question. Does your board have magnets in it?
I don't think so. I don't know. How would I know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. My teacher told me that whiteboards are magnetic constantly, so perfect.
Okay.
I have something for you Wednesday or
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay. Oh, the whiteboard at school. Yes. That is correct. It is magnetic. That's why my big graph thingy that I put up there, those are all magnets.
Oh.
And it's such a big magnet that sometimes it pulls to the board before I really have it where I want it. Yeah, I need a real life shift key. That's for sure.
I'm making it right now. It's gonna be perfect.
You're a good man. And that way we'll keep Natty Grace's sanity when I'm graphing in class.
Well, I guess I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a great day.
You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.